Hey, what's going on, everyone? Joe Menza here, and I'm going to start doing some acrylics. This is the first one to kind of kick it off. Nice, shorty edited for quickness here. Running the large hake brush. Now, I wouldn't recommend necessarily using hake brushes, but I have some old ones from watercolor, and I'm comfortable with using these types of brushes, so I'm going to use these, but I would say a soft brush if you're going to start doing this. I'm using it on paper. Great place to start with your practicing is on paper. I'm also using one of those stay wet palettes, which I'll show you in future videos, to keep the paints wet so you can squeeze them out so they're ready to go, so you're not making work out of this. The idea is fun. And just like watercolor, I'm no expert. I'm just like you. I'm learning, and we're going to workshop this together and pick up some things, maybe try some things together, have some fun, and see where it goes. I've been doing watercolor for several years and learned a lot. I've passed a lot on to you, inspired hopefully a lot of people, maybe new artists, old artists, whatever. And I want to do the same thing here. We're going to have some fun here. And here I'm doing some blending, which you can do with acrylic. You can use water. It's very, very flexible medium that you can use more water, less water. You can knife paint it. You can do so much. It dries fast, or you can make it so that it doesn't dry fast. It's just so many ways you can go. It's mind-boggling. But here I am with some blue. I'm leaving some yellow behind. I'm going for some glow here. Very, very simple. Very, very loose, just like with the watercolor. And I'm hoping that you'll watch this and say, hey, that looks like fun too. And, you know, watercolor paint it's probably a less expensive to buy. Then you definitely get more paint per tube. And yeah, I think it's something you'll enjoy, and we can have a lot of fun with it. Again, short video here. I'm just putting in some foliage with this, what they call a chalk brush, and found those online. If you can find brushes that will make foliage easier for you, as long as you wash these brushes. I had a brush that I forgot to wash, and it had acrylic on it. The next day I put it in like an isopropyl alcohol, and it cleaned it. So, but that's something you got to be careful about. Watercolor is a little more, you know, with as far as washing up and cleaning, things like that. You don't want to get acrylic paint on your table, or, you know, you don't want to get it on your sofa or your carpet. You got to be more careful with it. Whereas watercolor, unless it's staining, is easy to clean up. But you can see here, look at this, looks like I'm painting with watercolor, but I'm not. And in the future videos, I'll show more of the palette, and, you know, people were asking. I had one person leave a comment, and I've been doing more of this. Show your palette, show your cloth, show your water. And if you watch my new watercolor videos, I show the whole table. So I'm going to do more of that. I'm going to have that watercolor series still going every week, fast and loose. We're doing fast and loose acrylic. And I'm going to show you using a little more water, maybe going a little more heavy, maybe a knife, palette knife. And so we're going to have fun with it. And I'm going to do oils too, but I'm going to do water-based oils. So they're easy on the wash up. I've been doing that on paper as well. Paper takes a lot of pressure off. Don't have to use canvas. I did one a couple weeks ago on canvas that I kind of started off with just to see how it would go. We'll do some canvas, but paper is really your best bet for practicing. Watercolor paper, and any kind will really do. Don't really have to worry about buying expensive stuff unless you want to. It's not like watercolor. You can kind of get away with, you know, a less expensive, more economical paper. So just to show you real quick, I'm doing some purple here, making some foreground trees. I've got the glow coming through. And when this is done, water will not take this off. You can mount it to a board. You could put it in a frame without glass. So there's a lot of ways that you can go with this. You can highlight, you can come back and glaze it, and by that I mean adding some colors on top. You can really turn it into a real project if you want to. Me, I like doing it fast and loose and being done, moving to the next one. You try to get that spontaneous effect. So let's see it with a mat on there, and I think this one looks pretty neat. So be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.